Hi everyone, my name is Joseph Barber, as you can probably see the title of the YouTube name. So I have POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is hypermobility type, and ASD, autism spectrum disorder. So what I want to talk about today is not so much the POTS, it's more about the EDS and the ASD. So I'm doing a lot of different studies lately, and I found a lot of articles and from autism specialists as well that they're finding that a lot of people with Ehlers-Danlos actually have ASD, autism. And the reason for this, I believe, is because Ehlers-Danlos is. By the way, I have autism, I think I said that now, and Ehlers-Danlos. The reason for this is because people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, our connective tissue is faulty. So not just in our joints, from the head to toe. So brain, eyes, all your organs, it's all faulty. And I think this is where doctors get confused. It's not just joints, it's your whole body's made of connective tissue. You're kept together. It's like, think of it as your wall, and the cement is slowly fading away. Same with our organs, it's all connective tissue. So the theory is, I believe, is when we're in our mum's tummy, and because it's a connective tissue disorder, EDS, our brains aren't developed properly. Because let me just state as well, autism is not a mental health condition. It is not to do with mental health. It is the structure and the way the brain is built. Mental health is chemicals, so it's got nothing to do with mental health. Hence why the mental health teams don't tend to deal with autism, which then also causes a lot of issues for us on where we get the help. Shut up. Luckily, I'm in Cornwall, and they've just started up some help for autism adults, and I'm under them now. I'm very happy. I'm 27. It's the first time I've ever had help for my autism, so I feel very lucky that I'm starting to get therapy from an autism team in Cornwall who are for adults. But my point is there's a lot of people with Ehlers-Danlos now presenting with autism. So, and there are studies saying that it does come along with it, and it completely makes sense. Think about it. If your connective tissue is faulty, what's your brain made out of? Connective tissue. You're born with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so that ain't going to be built properly in here, your brain. So it can cause autism. So it is definitely worth. I know it's a lot of money. If you think your child's got autism, or you had your boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, and they've got Ehlers-Danlos, definitely worth getting a test done if you can afford it. Because it could be quite likely they have. Don't let it go by, oh, you've got OCD or ADHD, because like ADHD and OCD mimic autism. And then if you get treatment for that, you're getting the wrong treatment, it could make the autism worse. Mental health teams, and I'm going to say again, are no good for people with autism. They will make you worse. I was under the mental health team for probably like 8 years. All the different treatments they gave me made me worse. I was only diagnosed with autism last year, and I'm 27 now. But it all makes sense because I've got EDS, and it's starting to come out more now that people with EDS are presenting with autism. So there's got to be a link somewhere. Also, POTS as well. You find there's a link between POTS and autism, but there's more of a link between the Ehlers-Danlos and autism. So I just wanted to say that because I don't know how many people realise that, but think about it. Your brain, the whole body's connective tissue. If it's all faulty from the day you're born, your brain's going to be not structurally built properly, and that's what autism is. Not mental health. Mental health's chemicals. You get the wrong treatment. To be honest, there is no medication treatment for autism. You might be able to have a lorazepam if you're having a meltdown or something, but a lot of it is different types of therapy. Which luckily I'm really happy that I'm starting to get that now, to learn about my autism and how to deal with it. So it's definitely worth it. or if your child's just got, your child or your boyfriend or whatever, girlfriend's just got autism, see if they've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. You can go on EDS UK or whatever country you're from, and you can see a list of different things of tests you can do yourself at home to see if you've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Because if you have, you can get help for different parts of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Just depends how bad it is. If it's not affecting your life, I won't bother. But it'd be interesting to see if you've got autism, to do this test, which teaches you online what the test to do, to see if you've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, because there's becoming a huge link between Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and autism. And I'm one of them. I've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and autism. As a child, I was very autistic, but they blaming it on all other stuff. And it was only when I got diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome when I was 18, although I would have had it all my life, it's just not known enough in the medical field. Then realised that when I was 27, I had this test done, and I have got autism, and it all makes sense. And like I said, autism mimics a lot of other conditions. So if you've got symptoms of EDS, don't let doctors swap you off and say it's OCD or ADHD or anxiety. Shut up, Heathcliff. Try and get an autism test, especially if you have got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, because there is a huge link becoming now, and it's becoming more and more obvious now. And to me, it just makes 100% sense with the connective tissue. Like I said, there's treatment for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and POTS. It's not curable treatment, but there's management treatment. The autism, there isn't so much treatment. If you have a meltdown, you could maybe have lorazepam, but the treatment you learn with autism, what I'm learning with my autism at the moment, is control, understanding my autism, understanding the way I think and the way I feel others think, and learning how to deal with things, which is going to be super helpful in my life, because I really do struggle with that sort of thing. But yeah, so state again, there is becoming a huge connection between Ehlers-Danlos and POTS, Ehlers-Danlos and autism. And I really, really recommend, if you've got Ehlers-Danlos and you think you've got autism, it's definitely worth having a test. If you can't get it on the NHS, yes, it is a lot of money. If you can't afford it, unfortunately you can't. That's fine. And again, if you've got autism, you can go on the EDS UK site, and you can see different stages of tests you can do yourself to see if you've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And if you have, it's most likely to do with the autism, and it would most likely mean you have got autism. Obviously, I'm no medical professional, but this is just what I've learned over the years, and what I've read, and what I've heard from other medical professionals, like my autism nurse as well. So definitely think more about it if you've got Ehlers-Danlos, autism, and all that, and even POTS. If you've got POTS, doctors always try and figure out the reason why you got it. So you can do this Ehlers-Danlos test online, give that a go, and that could be why you got POTS as well. Then you could likely have autism. Sorry, the dog's starting to distract me now, but definitely look into it. There is a link between Ehlers-Danlos and autism, because it's connective tissue, not chemicals. You're born like it, you're made like it in your mum's tummy, so it's the structure of the brain, autism, not chemicals. Hence why medication won't work. So definitely look into it. Please leave any comments down below if you want any more info, or another video about it, or anything else more explained. But there is becoming a link between Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and autism. Look it up, and you can do your own tests. And obviously, there is specialists out there for Ehlers-Danlos and POTS and autism. So yeah, I hope you like this video. Sorry, dogs annoy me. Hope you like the video. Please leave a comment if you want any more. Cheers, Joseph.